Hey, Cornerstone. Thanks for taking a minute to join us here on the Cornerstone Connection this week. You know, it's been a little over 2 months now since I started as the interim pastor at Cornerstone, and I just want you to know that I've enjoyed getting to know you as a church and as individuals. Thanks for the grace that you show as I still work on matching faces with names. I feel like we're getting there, but still got a little ways to go. You know, one of the things that has struck me about Cornerstone is just how involved so many of you are. Cornerstone isn't the type of church where people sit back and let somebody else do the work. They're the type of church that rolls up their sleeves and gets in there and gets it done. And I know part of that is because you don't have an option as you're setting up and tearing down each week. And I know that it can be tiring at times, but I know too that a church where everybody's involved and serving is a really valuable thing. You know, in our Back to Basics, What is the Church series, the last 2 messages talked about the church gathers to worship and scatters to work. And that isn't somebody else. That isn't some theoretical church just out there. That's you as individuals. You're the ones who make it possible week in and week out to worship the way that we do. You're the ones who show God's love to the people around you. You are the church that is doing that. And we do it so often, you do it so often that you might be in some ways even kind of taking it for granted or looking past it. So over the upcoming weeks, one of the things we're going to do is a servant spotlight. We're going to take some time to connect with one another and learn about the ways that different people at Cornerstone serve. So just a heads up, what this means is that over the upcoming Sundays, I might come up to you and ask you a couple of simple questions and ask you to be recorded answering them. Just who are you? How long have you been at Cornerstone? Where do you serve? And how does God use that service in your life? I know sometimes you can be reluctant to get up in front of people, so I'll go first. My name is Brent. I've been at Cornerstone for about 2.5 months now, serving as the interim pastor, and that involves 4 big things. Sermons on Sunday. That's probably the part you see. It's been a joy to open up God's Word with you these weeks. The second thing that involves is just generally seeking to care for and serve you as Cornerstone, as a pastor. I try to do that in prayer, in connecting with you, in just being available. Let me say again, if there are ways that I can be specifically praying for you or your family, please send me an email. Let me know. brent.costello@ccblaine.org. I would count it an honor to be praying for you or serving you if there are ways that I can do that. The third thing that my role involves is just having the joy of connecting with and leading the staff. Justin and Anne-Marie and Jeff, you know already that the staff at Cornerstone are dedicated, are committed, are loyal. You know that they work hard behind the scenes to keep the pieces moving, and it's been a lot of fun to be able to get to know them and to give some leadership to them. And the last thing that I do is I have the chance to interface with the elders. The elders at Cornerstone, Jesse and Nathan and Steve, are good, godly men. They give of themselves week in and week out. They seek to love and to lead Cornerstone well. And it's been, honestly, a lot of fun and a joy to be a part of their meetings and to help them think about how to shepherd Cornerstone and to see their dedication to that task. And you're going to be hearing from the elders in the next couple of weeks. They are going to be some of the first ones to be in the servant spotlight. So looking forward to hearing from them. Here's the last thing that I'm going to say. Just how does God use that service in my life? I love serving in this way because I get to have a front row seat to how God is at work in Cornerstone. I get to see what He does as each of you seeks to use the gifts that He has given you to help the church gather to worship and scatter to work. I'm looking forward to hearing from many of you in the upcoming weeks, and it's an honor to be with you at Cornerstone. Thanks, Cornerstone. We'll see you Sunday.